Okay, let's hello. 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 Investna. మధ్యలో డిస్టర్బెన్స్ వస్తుంది, పవర్ పోయినట్లుంది. Okay, let's go to ERS. ERS is nothing but like a evaluated receipt settlement. Hello. 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 వినిపిస్తుందా? మధ్యలో డిస్టర్బెన్స్ వస్తుంది, పవర్ పోయినట్లుంది. Evaluated receipt settlement. Okay, ERS. So what do you mean by ERS? ERS process for the settling the goods receipt. Okay, so the vendor invoices are posted automatically without actually receiving from the invoice. That means we will settling the invoices automatically without receiving any invoice from the vendor. Okay, so why we need to do this ERS process? So the settlement documents are sent automatically to the vendor. Okay, why we need to do this ERS? Anyone knows? Might be he is my regular vendor. Okay, so might be we have a good relationship between our company and vendor. So he have maybe vendor accepting that if I didn't receive the invoices from the vendor, I can settle the invoice based on the GR which I received from the vendor. That means instead of I'm again verifying the invoice, here we don't need to verify the invoice. Once we did the GR, automatically the invoice will be settled. Okay, so what are the advantages here? Because of the ERS, what are the advantages? We can close the POs quickly, right? Why? Because we don't want to wait for the vendor till getting the invoices from the vendor and verifying the vendor invoice. Okay, again verifying the GR and verifying the invoice. So this is a little bit time, right? Time taking process, right? So might be those cases what will happen if mistakenly they are printed wrongly or it may be invoice getting wrongly, then again I need to check with vendor again. That was a different process. In this case, if the vendor is accepting, okay, there is no change in the prices and you can settle the invoice automatically without receiving any invoice, then the system automatically calculating the PO price and GR, then it automatically settling the invoices, right? So those cases what will be happen, the purchase orders can be closed quickly, right? And there is no price variance, right? There is no price variance and quantity variance in the invoices. Why? Because it is automatically settling the invoice based on the PO and GR comparing. So there is no variance here. So there is no concept of blocking also. Correct? Why? Because sometimes what will be happen if there is a vendor invoice which we received high price and the GR and PO the price is less, then the the system automatically blocking the invoice. So here there is no concept of the invoice, right? Creating. So there is no price, no quantity variance in the invoices. Okay. And we don't need to be wait for the vendor or till we receive the invoice. Okay. And we can avoid the communication between the vendor invoice and our vendor invoice concept and our invoice receipt. Okay. So majorly because of this concept, we can easily close the POs. Correct? Any doubts? Did you understand what is the concept of ERS? Any doubts?
Sir.
So here we will not receive any invoice, or maybe we'll receive later. Okay. So invoices will be settled automatically. Automatically once GR completed. Okay. You can do background job, or manually. Manually means there was a program is there, we can close that. Okay. Running the report, then the system will automatically invoice the clears. Invoices will be cleared automatically. So for this, what we need to do in the settings, so we need to be we don't need to invoice checkbox, right? Okay. In vendor master record, you have to select the evaluated receipt settlement checkbox. So let's go to this one. Okay. So in vendor master record, go to SK02. Okay, and check your vendor. Okay, and go to purchase organization data. In purchase organization data, we have a checkbox like evaluated receipt settlement. So you need to be select these two checkboxes for the ERS concept. Okay, if you want to be post automatically invoices, you need to be select these two. Okay, clear? So this is one it is. Okay, clear? So this is a measure one. Okay. So when you creating vendor master record, you have to select these two check boxes. Okay. Now, so what ERIR indicator and ERS indicator should be activated in the PO. Why? Because based on the GR only we are verifying the invoice, we are posting the invoice, right? So we need to be select the GR based IV indicator in the PO. Okay. So go to PO creation. Let's create a PO. Let's see. And so enter the PO details, price and PO item and all. Okay, if you see that here, okay, are you able to see that here? So there is a extra checkbox which is appearing now. Okay, that is a ERS checkbox. Okay, so there should be a GR based IV checkbox also. It should be okay. GR based IV and ERS, and now the tax code is mandatory here because it is posting automatically, right, in background. So we need to be enter the tax also. The tax values also you have to be entered. Tax code. Okay. And the prices, everything you can enter here only. Okay. So what are the mandatory here? In the PO, in the vendor master record, ERS checkbox is mandatory, and in PO, GR based review it's mandatory, and ERS checkbox is mandatory. Now save. Now PO is created. Now let's receive the PO. MIGO, MIGO, and enter the goods receipt and purchase order. Okay, item category, okay, check. Let's see. Enter the store location, which location you want to be received. Check and post. Now the material document also it is posted, right? So the GR completed. Now what is the next step? We need to do the invoice, right? So here in this case, what I said, we don't need to do the manual verification invoices. So we will in the real time what we'll do, we'll run the background job for the one report. We can see in the report here. So MRR, okay, evaluated receipt settlement with logistic invoice verification. So the system will automatically post the invoices here by running this report. The system automatically verifying the invoices automatically and we're posting that in the background based on the GR. Okay, so let's enter the PO number, okay, and execute. It is in the test mode. Okay, so I can see here, okay, there is entry. Now I just removing this one. Okay, settle the goods items and planned delivery cost. If anything which is there, the goods you can select this one checkbox and execute. Okay, if everything is fine, there is no issue, then the system will automatically post the invoice in the background, okay, without entering manually, and the FI documents also posted. If you can just click on this one, you can see the invoice automatically posted. The system automatically invoice posting with reference of GR and PO, the prices which is calculating from the PO and GR quantity, okay, and it is posted the ERS. So this is the concept of ERS, evaluated receipt settlement. So in the background job, automatically MR, this is the transaction code MRRL. Okay, write down somewhere if you want. You can write down MRRL. MRRL is the ERS, evaluated receipt settlements, automatic posting the invoices. So any doubts here?
Here no.
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 So did you understand the concept of that?
Yeah, understood. Yes.
Okay. So what else here? Okay, if you want to be understand that configuration level, okay, you can understand the ERS configuration level, what number ranges you want to be maintained. Okay, if you want to maintain the number ranges with, okay, you can maintain the number ranges and you can check the document type, okay, and document type level, and I think number ranges which is common for the all, right? And output determination. For this output determination, if you need to get the output determination, so you need to be configured the condition records and output determination here. So last time we generated output determination, right? Do you know what is the output determination? So this is settlement is done, settle documents, okay, and we have what we else we have here the comps. Settle documents is different, okay. Already settled here. So let's go to MIR4. So if you click on the following documents and you can see the FI documents also here. The FI documents which is posted a tax and GRIR clearing account and weather account. Any doubts? So this is the invoice output. We can generate the output invoice. Okay, MR90, and you can see here the invoice generated for this invoice. So you can generate the invoices also from here. Okay. Hello, are you able to hear me?
Yes or no?
No, sir.
There is a power cut. That way, if you are able to hear me or not, okay. Okay, and if you want to see the configuration level, go to NACE for this output, and for this ERS there was a separate this one is there, application is there, invoice. Okay, let's go to that invoice first. Where is the invoices? Okay, this is the invoice verification MR. Go to output types. In the output types, you can see that ERS. ERS is a separate again. The output you can design separately. Standard output and this output we can design separately. So we'll discuss this point when we're talking about output determination. Okay, but just understand that. Okay, this is for the ERS is separate, and last time what we did, consignment settlement. Consignment settlement also it's different, right? Settlement, the transaction code and the process for the consignment it is different for output. Correct? Correct or wrong? So any doubts in ERS?
No.
No, right? Okay. Okay, I just connected to my phone. That's why it's not disconnected. Okay, no issue. The power gone, but that was still it is working. Okay. Okay, then now what is the concept now? Invoice plan. What do you mean by invoice plan? Anyone knows about invoice plan? Anyone knows about the invoice plan? Last time we had a discussion about this one, invoice plan. We discussed about the points also. What points we discussed about? Example also we discussed about. So invoice plan is nothing but like a we generally paying the amount, right? We generally paying to the vendors, we generally paying to our owners, we generally paying to the different vendors. Okay, for the services, whatever may be, it may be services or it is a regular payments. Okay, so generally what will be happen? I need to pay the amount to this vendor periodically. That means every month, first or second, I have to pay some amount to this vendor, like 10,000 rupees every month I have to pay. It might be it's a room rent, or it may be factory rent, or it may be something service or something, whatever may be. We are paying some amount defaultly every month 10,000 rupees, or every month 20,000 rupees. So the basic concept of invoice plan is nothing but like we are pre-planned schedules to pay the amount here. Okay, so here there is no GR and there is no invoice. We are paid the amount to the vendor. We are paid amount to the vendor for their service. Why? Because we are staying in their room. That means we are not expecting any GR for this, right? There is no GR here. Why? Because it is a service of the room. We are staying there and we have to pay amount. Okay. So whatever the periodically we need to pay some amount, those we generally call as invoicing plan. So the concept of invoice plan is the pre-planned or scheduled the desired dates when I need to pay. So I already know when I need to pay. Okay. So for planned procurement invoices. Okay. So we are receiving this might be the services or it might be whatever may be without any GR. Okay, those concepts, okay, we are not receiving any invoices from the vendor. So those cases we will be using the invoice plan. Clear? Did you get the idea? Last time we discussed about that how we will pay the rentals. How we will pay the rents. How will pay rent? So we'll pay automatically generating the invoices when the date is coming. Suppose May 1st, every month first I need to pay. So then every month first the system automatically generating the invoices to that vendor. Without receiving any GR, without anything which we don't require. We will pay every month to the, it's like agreement, like we are paying to the every month to first we pay the amount to the vendor. Okay. So in this case, what will be happen? There is a two cases. One periodic invoice plan. Periodic invoice plan. And the second one is partial invoice plan. Do you know what is the difference between the periodic invoice plan and partial invoice plan? Periodic is nothing but like a default we are paying the amount to the vendor every month, pre-scheduled. Okay. So default we are paying 10,000 each month. We are paying each month or each 15 days or something like a period. Each period, okay. Default period we are paying the amount. Each period we are paying some amount. And partial invoice plan is nothing but like a which just planning that our desired date we need to pay some amount to that vendor. Suppose let's say this 15 I need to pay 10,000 rupees. Again 28 I need to pay 15,000 rupees. Again 25th I need to pay some amount. So here it is not like a periodic. It is like a we are desired our dates when we need to pay. So example, generally surveys we are using. Okay, in the survey first survey if it is completed we agreed that okay on 20 June month we are paying to the 20,000 rupees. Again on August we are paying to the 30,000 rupees. Again September we are paying to the 20,000 rupees. So it's not like a periodic. Okay, there might be difference is there. This month I'm paying 15. Next month I might be paying first, or second, or third, fourth. Okay, but we are pre-designed, what means pre-scheduled. Here, pre-scheduled. When you need to pay the amount, partial amount, we need to pay. It is a lump sum amount we are paying. If I suppose my agreement is 1 crore, 1 crore we are dividing into 10 parts. Then we are again in these 10 parts we are paying the. We are entering the boss. I will pay this 10,000 rupees. Boss, I will pay the next month first 15,000 rupees. So like I'm just dividing that. Okay. But in the periodic invoice plan, what will be happen? Okay, it is like a default. Every month first I have to pay. Every month I have to pay. Every month last and month end I have to pay. Or month middle I have to pay. Clear? Do you understand what is the difference between the periodic and partial?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now let's go to the concept here. So here automatically the system is generating the invoices. So obviously ERS should be selected for this. ERS should be mandatory. Why? Because the ERS concept is nothing but like a automatically generating the invoice, right? So here we also automatically generating the invoices, right? So obviously ERS should be mandatory. And other terms like tax code, payment terms, those are mandatory. Okay, and ERS checkbox is mandatory. Okay, let's create here what will be happen. Okay, so the first thing is I need to check the vendor master record. The vendor master record. Let's see. Okay, so in the vendor master record, first thing is we need to check that let's go to other vendor which we created some vendors, right? Starting, let's see, we have those vendors. Okay, so go to, okay, this we need to select the ERS checkbox. Okay, evaluator, automatic evaluator receipt settlement we need to select. Okay, and auto GR settlement and returns we need to select the GR based IV. Okay, we need to be selected GR based IV also mandatory. Okay, why? Because once we receive the GR, or once it is automatically settling, right, without any receiving the verifying the invoice, without any verifying the invoice, it is settling. Now I am creating the PO. Okay, in PO let's create the invoice plan. Okay, now entering to, and so if you see here, what is the difference between here? Okay, first thing what we need to difference here in the invoice plan, you need to be select the framework order. So there is a separate document type framework order. That framework order you need to select here, and you need to enter the validity date from and to when it is validated. Suppose it is from July 1st to again July 1st 2023. So 1 year agreement. Let's assume that this is the 1 year agreement. Okay. And okay, sorry, 02023. It is coming like this. 2023. Okay. So this is 1 year period. Now I selected the framework order, and so the payment, this is the like rental agreements like that, right? So it is a particularly we are consuming for the, so there is no the particular consuming for the some department. So suppose HR department they are paying this amounts to the for rents and all, or it may be administrator they are paying might be, right? So we can use the cost center here concept. Okay, item category will not allow. Why it should not allow? Should be allowed, right? Okay, so maybe in the configuration somebody they changed. Let's see. This framework order, go to framework order, the document type. So in the document type level, we'll see why it is not allowing. Somebody they change the concept. Or so this is what is the framework order? F4. F4 framework order. Select it and services item category. So here it is the invoicing plan, planning types, invoice plan types and all, invoice block and all automatically. But where is the account assessment category here? Account assessment category which is not displaying here. So I have to go on the separate to account assignment and maintain account assignment category here. Okay, this is account assignment categories, and where is connectivity for item category which is there? Okay, it is there. where it is connected. Work order, enter work order, and okay. So now it is allowing. Why? How it is? Before that, I got the error, right? Now it's okay. No, why it is not coming? Okay. So framework order and vendor and account estimate category K I entered. Now might be I can put it like rent. Rent I need to pay every month. Okay. And one plant and TJ services. Okay. So what is the amount I need to pay? Let's say 10,000 rupees. Okay. And order unit is you can put it like month MON and something we can put. It's okay. Whatever we can put, you can. Okay. Now coming, I will enter the cost center also. Might be administrator or it might be. So finance and administrator, I can enter something. Okay, now see here. Now the concept is here. Tax code also is mandatory. If you see that, if you click on this checkbox, if you click on this checkbox, invoice plan. Okay, invoice not possible. Okay, GR based review verification will remove GR based review. Okay. Invoice plan function not possible in case of validated goods receipt. Okay, we'll remove goods receipt also. Because there is no GR. We already discussed about that. Okay, and now here if you see that invoice receipt, by checking on this one, we have a periodic and partial invoice plan. So we need to be selected periodic invoice plan here. Click on continue. Okay, now see the system automatically defaultly which is coming. Okay, every month how much invoice date. So the system will generate automatically invoice generate date automatically every month 10,000 rupees. Okay, so if you want to change the date also, you can change the date here. Okay, so month there is a possibility like month at the end of the month, monthly at the first of the month, and monthly every month means when you are creating invoice, when you are creating PO that day onwards. Okay, why it is disconnecting? Either it is disconnecting or it is slow. May 21 and select a framework order, PO document type and vendor 2 and enter the purchase group and the details and vendor started, vendor ended and cost center and rent and land and we are entering the details of all the required entries. Okay, and cost center. Now invoice plan and we should not select the GR based review because we don't have GR here and we should not select the GR here. Why? Because we don't have invoices. Now click on this one. Okay, now after that clicking on this one, simple periodic invoice plan, select the invoice plan, then the system will generate automatically dates based on the here defaultly it is coming 51. Okay, first month every monthly at the first day. In case if you want to go with every month to monthly end of the month you can pay, or if you want to pay every monthly you can pay monthly date, or yearly also you can pay that. Okay, so now if you want to generate the dates, so today we need to do practice, right? So I'm just changing this date. You can change manually also. Okay, I'm putting today date. Okay, 25th. So I need to generate the today, but next month onwards it will be generate the this times. Okay, and say no. Any doubts here? Still here, any doubts, Guru? Arjun?
Yeah.
Okay, now check. Okay, and we are getting some differentiated inverse statement. We don't know exactly, so not relevant or something it is. Okay, save. Okay, so now purchase which is created. Okay, now there is no GR, right? So we don't need to do the GR and we don't need to do the invoice manually. So we will be using the transaction code MRIS. MRIS transaction code is for the invoice plan settlement. Okay, so let's run that text and okay, so it is not displaying anything. So there was some problem in it. Okay, so oh my god. It is not displaying anything. It is the PO number is correct. Is that PO number is correct? 43 framework order and rent and okay. Okay. This company code, everything it is same. 1100 is connected with different company code, right? Let's see what are the warning message we have received. If it is let's change the account statement. Guru, what was the your company code, Guru?
2121.
Huh?
9999.
Vendor, you have created a new vendor?
Yes, I create lot.
Okay, give me one vendor. Let's try with you.
Down, sir. Drop down.
What's the purchase nation?
2121.
1, 2. Okay, let's take one store and 2121, right?
Yes, sir.
21.
And this is 9999, right?
Double automatically 212.
Yeah. So now I'm just trying to enter these details. 23, 23. 1. Okay, we will enter today date. 25th, right? Okay, 25th, right? Okay. And we'll enter rent. This one and plant. What is the plan? 21, 21, right?
Same one.
So cost center 21,000, right? Which we created. Okay.
That's the last time created.
And will not select invoice tier based review, final invoice, and okay, for this I need to select the ERS. So I have to change the ERS first. 02 state Pachar Nation and 2121. And select automatic tier. Okay, and automatic. Okay. So we are trying to do ERS, right? So now I'm E21. Management category K and rent and 2121. Material number, price, and the services. Let's take the services material group and order unit is 10,000 and the order unit is month. Let's take month. Month or something you can take it. 31,000. Now here based IV is not there, and let's check that the code concept is not required. And now that next is the invoice. Click on invoice and select the periodic invoice plan here. Select continue. And now this is the value which we are getting 1,000 rupees every day. So to write invoice, we can write here. I just want to generate that today, so I'm just selecting this line. Okay. If you still wants to change the date, you can change the date and start date and prime end date, contact, everything you can change, contact details. Okay, and why it is coming differential invoice is not possible. To be able to set differential invoice as a relevant, not okay. First need to be changed applicable or this is currently okay. Leave it apart and save. Now pivot is created. Let's see MIRS. Sorry, MRIS. Okay, and execute. No, it's not coming. So let's see why it is not coming. NAC and invoice verification output types. The output types we are working on the INS. Okay, and for this INS condition records are there or not there. Let me check the INS. Okay, company code. Okay, so we'll create the company code level 2121. Okay, and the language EN, communication method, the LP01, print and print immediately. So this is also